Alright, hi everyone. I am super nervous today for this particular video, and I shouldn't be, but I am. I'm going to try this as what YouTube calls a premiere video, which means that it's kind of like a live, but not really. It will be pre-recorded, but I will be able to join you guys in the chat, wherever chat is on my computer. It's over here. Phones, I don't know. I think it's over the top of the thing. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'll be able to join you in chat. So I'm a little nervous because I just am. I don't know. That's just weird. But anyway, what I thought I would do today is do just a little CPT. I'm not going to do a particular pattern. I'm going to apply the principles of CPT, which is creative pattern tangling, to just a random thing, and we'll see what we come up with. These are the basic shapes that all patterns are made out of. Let me zoom in a little. I'm far away. So basically all your patterns are made from a circular shape, not necessarily a circle, but a circular shape. They could be oval, they could be orb. I prefer calling them orbs rather than circles, because if you call them circles, then you feel like in your mind they have to be perfectly round, and they don't have to be. Spirals, a teardrop type shape. This one's more of a rice type shape, and this one's more of a teardrop. A heart shape, which is basically made out of two C type shapes just back to back, right? There's the S shapes that are like really strong S, like the letter S, or less curvy, more of a what I call a lazy S. Then there's the C type shapes, which are strong C or an slightly less C, and if you turn them, this way, then they look like an arch. Whoops, my phone's going to turn on me no matter what I do. But anyway, you know what I mean. If you go the other way, they look like an arch rather than a C. It's just still the same shape, just a curve. Straight lines put together into a V type shape, or into an X, or dashes or dots. And then there's the loops. There's this kind of a loop. There's the one like this that doesn't go all the way through. There's brackets. And then, all these Humpty Bumps, I don't know, they have a name, but they're basically this shape done in multiple. They're just little C shapes. So basically you have a round shape, a curvy shape, and a straight shape. That's it. Rounds, curves, and straights. Those are and all patterns are made up with these shapes. So if you can draw these, you can pretty much draw any pattern. Now, some patterns are more complex than others as to remembering the steps, and which is one of the reasons why you need to know CPT. Creative pattern tangling is where you can either start with a pattern that's already pre-made for you, or you can start with no pattern at all and you just make things up as you go. Be creative. Okay? So I've got out, instead of a little tile, I got out my Strathmore artist tiles. So these are a 6x6 tile. They're a little bit larger, so I have a little bit more room to work. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you see the whole thing. So things are a little funky. The lighting is weird today. I don't know. The time has changed. It's gotten a little darker. Today's weather is crazy. We have a super amount of wind today. So if you hear weird noises, that's what it is. I'm going to use this pen and a pencil. I think I'm going to give myself a border. just because I like one. And I'm going to just do some really light marks to kind of get near the middle. I'm going to make sort of a, I'm feeling mandala-like. So I'm just going to make some super light pencil marks so I can see just an area where they might be. And perhaps I'll start with a light circle in the middle, like that. Okay, so I've made myself some guidelines. And I'm just going to start, I'm going to challenge myself. You know, maybe I'll do a series of these, maybe, I don't know, once a month, once every 2 months, something like that. But I think I'm going to challenge myself to use like all C shapes or curve, just the one curve shape. I'm going to try that and see what happens. So I'm going to go about here. I'm going to start here and I'm going to just go down to here. From my line to about the middle of there. And I'm just going to do that all the way around and see what happens. Now I know these are not evenly spaced, so my these are not going to be even. If you are all concerned about whether or not your mandala-like shape is evenly spaced, you can go ahead and measure things. I don't do that. Okay, so I started with that. And then I'm gonna continue to just do these C-type shapes. Let's do one here, going from here to here. So this is really weird because, you know, somewhere along the way I'm going to have to watch and listen to myself draw and read the chat. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. I don't know. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You guys seem far away. Okay. Okay, and then let's do that same C shape again up here, coming down to here. So if any of you ask, what is this pattern? It isn't one. I am just making things up as I go and saying, what if I do this? What if I do that? And like I said, I'm just challenging myself to use only a curved C-type shape, whether it's a lazy C or a more pronounced C. I'm going to try to challenge myself to mostly using that shape. I'm thinking maybe I want the more pronounced C-type shape here, like that. Something like that. Why not? Looks good. So I think I need some kind of connection here, so I'm going to make it this way. So I'm recording this on, what day is this? Friday, November 9th. I don't know what day I'm going to make it go on the premiere because I don't have my work schedule yet for next week. So as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know that we're going to do the premiere. Of course, I'm talking to you now, but it's going to be the future. That's just confusing. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go further over. I'm going to go to about halfway here. I'm going to go like that. Okay, that looks good. So far, so good. What else do I want? What if? What if? What if I make this go this way? This go this way? From here to here? Well, that might be an interesting arch. Let's go from here to here. I don't know if you guys have seen the terrible fires that we're having in California. As of the time that I'm recording this, Thousand Oaks had that terrible shooting, and then the very next day there was a terrible fire and people are evacuated. And my friend, I have a friend who evacuated from the Thousand Oaks area to Malibu, to thinking that they were safe, and then this morning they woke up and found that they were going to have to evacuate from Malibu as well. So as of the moment that I'm writing this, I don't really know where they are. They're on the road somewhere on Pacific Coast Highway. I'm going to go this way. About halfway into my line. And then I have friends who live in the Chico area, and they have, those friends have relatives that used to live in Paradise, California, that almost the whole town is gone. It's like 90% of the structures in the town of Paradise have burned. It's devastating. Okay, how's that? That's interesting. Okay, what else do I want to do? I'm getting close to the edge here. I don't want to get much further out. I think I want a really curvy C, like that. Sort of a crescent moony shape. Not sure I like that shape, but it's what I made, so I'm sticking with it. We'll see what I can do to fix it. Of course, I can come back with other pens and embellishments. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to come this way, and I'm going to go here, 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 maybe 3. Like that. Now they kind of look like parachutes. It's interesting how even in abstract art, we tend to make things look like something. Like I see, when it's just like this, I see like orange slices or something. And now that I've moved with these lines, now I see parachutes. They're neither of those things. They're just an abstract line, but we tend to want to make them into something. Our brain works that way with recognizable objects, and it's interesting. Now see, this looks super complex and complicated, and so far all I have drawn is a single curved line. Whether it's a super curve or a shallow curve, all I've drawn is curves. I've drawn nothing special. I haven't done anything difficult. If you can sign your name and make the letter C, you can do this. And you don't have to follow somebody else's pattern. You can if you want, but you don't have to. And this is what I want to kind of convey to you guys. I want to do I feel like it needs something. Perhaps I need some, maybe a brush pen to give it some line weight in places. Let's give this some line weight here. Ooh, wiggly jiggly. Well, that wasn't exactly, it's fine. The brush pen isn't always the best choice for drawing. It's really good for filling in, but you tend to get wiggly jiggly with it when you draw. So it's probably not my best choice. Oh well. If I don't like it, you know what, I can always come back and just fill it in with black. If I decide I don't like it, I want some more darker, but I'm not going to go crazy with that brush pen this time. I'm going to do this line right here. A little bit thicker of a pen. So, since we're all chatting together, if you guys have any questions that I might be able to answer in the chat, please don't hesitate to ask. A lot of people are able to do live videos. I don't know how they can do their art and pay attention to the chat at the same time. I just don't think that's just not something I think I can do. I want this heavier here too. Even now, while I'm thinking about the chat and I'm drawing, I'm having a hard time concentrating on my drawing because I'm thinking about what you guys might be saying someday in the future in the chat. This is crazy. Okay, I like that. I think I might want this middle completely dark. So I will get my brush pen. I think I'm going to erase my guidelines at this point too, because they're starting to drive me crazy. Okay, that's good. I don't like these, it's too much. But maybe if I do some striping in there, maybe. I'm doing it with the fat pen. Why, I don't really know. I don't usually draw with the fat pen, but sometimes you just do what comes to your mind. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you know what? It's just a piece of paper in my journal. I have lots of drawings in here that were less successful, but they're all a learning experience, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to do any of my questions because I want to save those for a regular pattern video. But I don't know what to say. It's really weird and kind of awkward because I know you guys are going to be there and I'm going to be wanting to chat with you, and yeah. So why did I choose to make these darker, bolder lines? I like to have, when I can, some areas of really dark and some areas of more delicate. And so if I draw with the 01, or what was I drawing with? An 02 or 03 size pen. If you go back with the bigger pen, which is the 08, you can get some darker bits. Let me zoom a little bit so I can see that at a distance. That's getting better. Still feels a bit heavy out here. Got it balanced more with the dark in here, but I feel like don't have enough of something. It's missing something. Huh. I'm going to go ahead and do striping in here. I wasn't sure if I was or not, but I think I am. Oh yeah, I was going to erase my guidelines. Where's my eraser? There it is. I like to use the Kneaded Eraser, which is like a chunk of bubble gum, because you can just knead it and get it to the right shape that you want it. You can clean it off by just kind of pulling and kneading it. That's why it's called a kneaded eraser. And you can find a clean spot. You can come in, and it doesn't leave all that eraser dust, but it's also only really good for when you have lightly drawn. It doesn't do very well if you've drawn fairly heavy, and you know how the pencil kind of digs into the paper. A kneaded eraser doesn't do a very good job erasing for that. Just an FYI. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Ooh, almost didn't leave any white in there. Okay. So as you guys may or may not know, I'm back to work. I worked, today's Friday, I worked all week. Only part-time shift. I was hoping to go back at 4 hours, but she really didn't have a 4-hour shift for me, so I'm at 5.5 hours. That's almost too much, but I made it. I'm making it through the week. I was exhausted though. Boy, I've never been that tired when I get home from work before. That was crazy. I expected to be have a little more energy, but because I'm working the day shift. I don't usually work the day shift. Well, at least I didn't used to work the day shift, but it looks like that's where I'm going to be going forward, which is okay. But yesterday she asked me if I could work the closing shift tonight because of some staffing issues, so I have time to draw with you guys, which is cool. I haven't tried drawing out here at night yet. I'm really surprised how quiet it is in here compared to how much wind there is outside. So that's cool. I like that. It's gonna have to be full. Okay, so far I like this. I'm happy with this. Super easy, right? And if I do this on a semi-regular basis, you know, once a month or once every 2 months or something like that, what I'll do is I think I'll just use those shapes and just choose a different one to challenge myself to draw a drawing using a different shape, like all straight lines or all, you know, based mostly with heart shapes or mostly with loops or something. I'll do that and say, you know, what happens if. Like for this one, I feel like it needs some sort of a background, but I don't want to do any more rounds. Like it's missing some straights for me personally. So what I think I might do is put some of that weaving type effect in the background using, you know, so I think that's what I'll do when I'm done. I have a ways to go yet. These larger, the 6x6, you know, it just has a larger surface area. It takes a little bit longer to draw. I think that's another reason why I chose this, so that we have a nice long time to chat if you want. I watched somebody else's premiere video, and it was a really cool video, but it was only 7 minutes long, and by the time we all got into the room to start chatting, the video was like practically over, and nobody really had time to ask any questions or anything, or really chat with the artist. They mostly had time to say, hi, I'm here, it's working, you know, this is cool, and then boom, the video was over. So I wanted to make sure we had plenty of time to chat if you want to. Now, if there's nobody here chatting with me, I can just move on. But I imagine there might be at least one person chatting with me. Even if there's only one chatting with me, it will be worth it, because I think this is something that's a cool feature that can be used as long as it's done right, and as long as the creator actually shows up to chat. I mean, the creator doesn't have to chat. That's, you know, but that's how those I've seen use it have done it, so that they have a chance to chat. Okay. One more. Had to rescue my husband last night. My husband and one of our other friends, they were out riding their bikes in this darned wind. I told him, well, when he left the house in the morning, there was no wind. But it really picked up in the afternoon. And so I messaged him and said, you know, if you need me to come get you after work, I can come get you. And then, no, I'm going to ride home. I think you're crazy. But then they ended up with a flat tire. The friend did. Ended up with a flat tire, and it was super windy, and it was just getting worse as they were riding. I don't know how they didn't just get blown over. But, okay. Now what do I want to do? I like that, but I think I'm just going to fill these this way. I'm not going to do striping in here, but I'm just going to fill this, and that will make it sort of a grayscale. Yeah. I like that. Okay. And tomorrow they're There's an organized bike ride. Wind is supposed to have stopped by then. I don't know if it will. I don't work tomorrow, so I will be on hand in case they need me, if they encounter debris on the roadway, which they may, which usually ends up having flat tire issues. And if they can't get it fixed on the road, then they can call me and I'll come rescue them. They're not going to be that far away. Less than a 20-minute drive, depending on what part of the route they're going to be on. They could be as close as 10 minutes away. But the furthest, I think, furthest out would be about 30 minutes away. So that won't be that far if they need to call me. I'm not going to follow them around like we do on the larger rides, because since it's a local ride, I don't need to do that. I've done it before, but I think they'll be fine. This is the same route they ride almost every day after work, so it's not like it's an unfamiliar territory to them. They know where all the stops are, and where the safe places are to pull over, stop and get their drinks of water, and all that stuff. Okay. Oh, I like that. Much better. See how it's got some dark and some mid-tone and some light? I like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to put some kind of something in the background, because it needs something. So I'm going to do the weaving technique, but I'm still going to use a curved shape, I think. Do I still want a curved shape? I don't know. Or do I want straight lines? We're going to go with a border first before I do anything else. I wasn't going to do a border, but now I'm going to do a border. I changed my mind a lot. And that's okay. You can do that in your art. You can change your mind. Something like that. Okay. And it always looks funny when it's in the book because I got all of this, but I'm actually pretty close to the edge of my square. The square stops right, whoop, I'm gonna fold that right there. That's where the square stops. So all of this is not paper. So I'm close to, actually I'm a little too close to this edge, but it makes it look like I'm really far away from the edge. I'm not. Okay, so let me do that, and then I'm going to do straights, I think. All right, I'm going to go this way. And then maybe this strike. Anytime you come to an obstacle, you just pick up your pen and keep going. Maybe this direction. And then a little different. I don't want to make all the corners the same. That would be dull. This always looks like pick up sticks or something, you know, that kids game. It comes all the way through here and it comes out over here. And that gives you a good illusion too, because your mind will actually fill in that spot and will know that that's supposed to go under that whole thing if see? Your mind sees that as one long stick. It just does. It's really interesting what minds do. I think I want one going here. Coming out. Like that. And then one here. And maybe one going through there. Coming all the way out to about there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be close. Is that filled in enough? One more. Over here somewhere. Kind of this way. Kind of this way. Ooh, that one got skinny. Oh well, that's a skinny stick. Like I want one more here. No, thought maybe here, but yeah, maybe just a little bit in the corner. Same here. Just a little bit in the corner. Like that. Okay. Awesome. Alright, now I'm going to do some shading and we'll be done. Get my pencil. Where's my pencil sharpener? There it is, hiding. How's the sound, you guys? I added some of these little foamy things. I'll show you one. It's got zigzags on it. I added them around my desk to try to absorb some of that bouncy sound. I think it's better. Seems better to me, but you know, I could be wrong. Here. Okay, start with that. I'm going to use my middle size. I love the shading. It really just makes a huge difference. I'll zoom in. Look at the difference between that one and that one. Just like night and day. And then if you don't like it, you can always erase it. You may need something a little bit more than your kneaded eraser, but you can always erase if you don't like it. I've seen some works that look really good unshaded, but for me, most of what I do, I like to have it shaded. That, and then I think I want some along this curve. Kind of look like a bugle. See, I'm still doing it. I'm wanting to make my abstract art into something. That's crazy what we do. I switched to my bigger, fatter blending stump just because it's got a bigger tip, so it spreads. It spreads it out in a bigger area. Zoom you out so you're not off screen. Ah, I like that. Okay. So now the question is, what do I want to do with this? How do I want to shade it? I'm going to do here and downward like that. Let's see what that does. I'm just going to do one just to see what it does. Yeah, like that. Okay. Along there and a little bit down each of those. They do still remind me of parachutes. My husband, for his 60th birthday, wants to go skydiving. That will be next year. I told him, that's great, honey. You have fun. Just don't tell me when you're going so that I don't worry about you the whole time. Just tell me you're going on a bike ride. Of course, anytime he goes on a bike ride, near his birthday, I will already still be worried. So I don't know. Maybe I should just, I don't know. Freaks me out. I am not a heights person. Although, you know, I must say, we did parasailing when we went to the Grand Cayman on one of our cruises. Was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. And I loved it. So, I don't know. It's just the idea of jumping out of an airplane scares the bejeebas out of me. I want a softer smudge. My other one gives me a softer smudge. Come back here and give me a little bit softer of a smudge here. Okay. Each of my blending stumps, even though they're a similar tool, they all work slightly differently. And you guys might not even be able to see the difference, but I can feel the difference and I can see it, so. Okay. There's that. And now I want to do all of these where they go under and over. So that's going to take a hot minute, right? Ugh, I shouldn't have chosen standing. I should have brought my desk down and sat. Because I'm going to be standing all night tonight at work. Probably standing was not my best choice. But that's okay. I have a while yet to go back in the house and rest before I have to go to work. I'll be fine. I'll put up my feet. Watch a little TV. This might not be the most exciting part of this drawing, but it's the part I really like. It's the part where it makes it just come to life. Okay, now blending. You guys might not be able to tell, but I'm using little circular motions. I'm just going really fast. I need to remember to sign this. I usually sign before I do my shading. For some reason that's my habit. I don't know why. I need to remember to sign here. What was that? Email. That can wait. All of a sudden realized I didn't go around the edges here. Going back. Fixing that. Okay, I've got a little couple, oh goodness, I just kicked you guys. Sorry. A little bit, a couple of places where I want to fix. Where I got a little carried away with my shading. I grab my blend, my eraser, and just clean up those little bits where I got a little bit out of the line. Awesome. Looking good. All right. So there we go. There is a drawing. And this is what I usually do when I'm like drawing at church or whatever. I usually don't have a particular pattern in mind. Or if I do reference a pattern, I will look at it and have it kind of in the back of my head. But I don't look at it like consistently. I need to sign. So this is usually what I do. I do it in this journal. And I just play. You guys want to see a little flip through of some of what I've been playing with recently? See? I just play. Now this one was a particular pattern. This one was Mesherize. M-E-S-H-E-R-I-Z-E. But I just start playing. That was a particular pattern. This one was Rosa. This one was Eternal and Wi-Fi. But this one wasn't. This one I'd done, well, that's a loose one. It was done in June. This was when I was trying to practice Ina's intermingle. That's a challenging one, let me tell you. But this one was just play. I know that these are patterns that exist, but I didn't look at a pattern. I just started playing. Same thing here. I don't know. Same thing with that. That's just shapes and form. I don't usually, this particular one, I'm not usually on purpose doing a pattern. So there we go. We're done. 1 hour, that's plenty of time to have had a